Interesting market out there if you're a buyer. You know, one of the things I want to kind of talk about just briefly about today is what happens if you're in contract to buy a home and the appraisal comes in lower than the price you wrote the contract for. As a matter of fact, that's actually not common, particularly in this market where we have increasing prices. So, as such, what happens is you get into contract. Let's say you're paying $400,000 for the house. You've agreed. You feel the value's there. The appraiser comes in and says, you know what? It's only worth $390,000. And what they're doing, the appraiser, is pulling recent sales, so things that are happening based on past history, where you, as a buyer, may have made the agreement based on lack of inventory and, you know, a very competitive bidding war. So you felt that $400,000 was worth it. Now, this appraiser comes in here and says differently. What does that mean for you? Well, first of all, you really should be considering when you're making offers what happens if this happens before you make the offer, because you want to know what your fallback options are. So if you're putting down a significant amount of money, 20% or more down or what have you, that means that you may have the option to basically come in with the difference between the appraised value and the contract price, in this case $10,000, and you can make it up yourself. Another thing that may happen is you may say to the seller, hey, this appraisal says this, and this is all I'm willing to pay. And then they may agree, they may not. You may meet somewhere in the middle. But the point is that before you go in, you want to understand these things, because an appraisal coming in lower than the contract price in a time of rising prices, real estate prices, is common. So the more prepared you are, it's less anxiety about how you're going to deal with it when the time comes. Hope it helps.